Good evening from the shore of the Indian Ocean off the east coast of Africa. Annabelle and I are coming to you from lovely Jambiani in Zanzibar.
Hello,
How are you doing on this Monday evening?
it's wonderful here.
Good morning to those of you in the lockdown or partially lockdown United States. I hope the connection will hold up. There isn't the best of internet here. If we're having connection problems during the broadcast, please point them out to me. I will keep an eye on the chat and we'll try to make the chat the focal point of this Monday evening broadcast from Zanzibar, which, if you're not aware, is an island that is part of the East African country of Tanzania. Zanzibar actually used to be the capital of Oman, or the Omani Empire, and there's lots of interesting history here that I've talked about in some previous videos that I've shot here while in Zanzibar. Right behind us is the Indian Ocean. We're standing on the east coast of Zanzibar, so the sun will be setting in that direction. It's starting to set as we speak. Over on the west coast, there are beautiful sunsets. Here on the east coast, there are beautiful sunrises, are there not?
They're absolutely stunning. It's really peaceful here.
Okay, so I'm sure some people are wondering, is this really the paradise that it may seem to be? And if so, is it even still paradise during COVID times?
It's like heaven. COVID doesn't exist here in Zanzibar.
All right, we're gonna get into that more. Okay, Charlotte's leaving a comment. Thank you, Charlotte. Welcome to the broadcast. Can you guys hear us all right? I hope you can. I know there's a lot of wind, or maybe I shouldn't call it a lot of wind. There's a very delightful breeze at this time of day here.
It's a wonderful sea breeze and it feels really refreshing.
But if the breeze is going to be interrupting the audio too much, we can switch over to the broadcast. Richard, it really basically is paradise, especially in this day and age of restrictions, because here there basically are no restrictions.
No, so first we arrived, people asked us if we are sick because we are so white, and they said here in Zanzibar, no coronavirus.
Well, guilty as charged. I am pretty white. I don't know how well you can see from there, although I'm starting to get a little bit of a tan here. We've got the football game in back of us, the kite surfing right behind us going by. There's the kite surfer. There is the kite. Down this way, slightly north of here, is a town called Paje. That is a very popular kite surfing destination here in Zanzibar. And Zanzibar itself is a popular getaway destination, and that proves true during COVID times, because back in May, Tanzanian President John Magufuli declared all of Tanzania to be COVID free. A lot of people dispute that, but what's not disputed is that compared to the rest of the world, Tanzania has since basically had no COVID restrictions. So around here, no one is wearing a mask. The restaurants are open. Obviously, the beaches are open. There's indoor dining, there's outdoor dining. The bars are open. Zanzibar is a predominantly Muslim island. However, there is plenty of alcohol to be had here, I would say.
Yes.
And New Year's parties coming up and whatnot.
So they tested a goat and a papaya or a mango, right?
I think it's actually a fruit called papa or something like that. I don't know the pronunciation for it. But yeah, you want to tell the
But
story?
yeah, so the story is after they tested the goat and the fruit and the test came out positive, they decided he has no coronavirus anymore. And I think he were 26 people infected with the disease, but the people even didn't believe that. So no COVID here in Zanzibar.
I think 26 is the death total. So or something around that. There are more cases than that, but yeah, there were reported. Tanzania was reporting cases early on, back in I don't know about March, but I guess April and maybe even early May. Well, let's call it March and April, something like that. And then in early May came, was it early May? Sometime in May came the announcement that the Tanzanian government had snuck in a goat and some type of fruit into the COVID testing that was taking place here. So the tests were administered to the goat and whatever that fruit was, and some other animals or inanimate objects. And those animals and inanimate objects were given names. So the people who were collecting the data basically had no idea that there were these animals and fruit being tested. And the test came back positive for the goat and the papa, or whichever fruit it was. And the Tanzanian government put that information out. I mean, that's according to them. And looking back now, to me, that seemed like a statement. It seemed like Magufuli and the Tanzanian government were signaling the direction that they were going to go, which was to basically declare the pandemic over or non-existent. And prior to that, we've heard a little bit about this from some of the locals.
They prayed a lot?
Yeah, so I wanted to get into that in 1 second. So Magufuli, again, he's the Tanzanian president. He was recently reelected. He encouraged people, whether they're Christian, Muslim, whatever, to pray to their God for COVID to essentially disappear from Tanzania. And
yeah, after they prayed to their gods, COVID doesn't exist here anymore.
Yeah, which is...
Or never existed.
Which is basically how the government explains it as well. The government's position is essentially that people prayed and God or different gods answered their prayers, and Tanzania is free of COVID because of that. Hold this a second.
So it's absolutely beautiful here. I mean, it feels so free. The people are not wearing masks. Yesterday we talked to some locals, and they had to wear masks for a while, but they did not like it at all. And now everything is open again.
Okay, I just cut a deal with a friend of mine, a local here in Zanzibar, that if I do push-ups with him, so I'm going to embarrass myself doing push-ups right now, that he's going to come on to the stream and talk a little bit about COVID here and give you the perspective of a local. So you hold down the fort, or just watch me make a fool out of myself, and then we get the input from a local.
So you're going to do push-ups now? Okay, let's see. Josh is going to do some physical exercise where he's not running at protests anymore. Yes, he ran like 5 kilometers. Yeah, so I was a little bit sick. I drank some from the tap water and my stomach got really upset. Yesterday I nearly collapsed, but now I'm feeling better at this wonderful clinic here. Yeah, the tap water is not the best here, but now I learned my lesson and now I'm recovering. So let's check them out. They are doing push-ups at the beach. Yeah, it's a great journey. I think we were 4 continents in 1 month: South America, North America, Europe, Asia, and now Africa. And now we can relax over the Christmas time and enjoy this beautiful beach location here. We literally wake up to this beautiful sunrise. People are living here in these little beach bungalows. There's some resorts and everything is insanely peaceful. It's just, yeah, it's just beautiful. It feels like in heaven here. Let's check out what they are talking about. Hello.
Did they see me making a fool out of myself?
Yes, a little bit.
Hello.
Okay, this is, can I say your name?
Yes.
This is Shaha. Shaha is a local Zanzibari. When you're referring to a person from Zanzibar, you call him a Zanzibari, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I've been having some very interesting conversations with Shaha over the past day after he convinced me somehow to run like 3 kilometers that way and then back. Can you just set the scene before we talk about COVID? What are evenings like here in Jambiani? What are people doing? They're playing football down there?
Playing football. Depends on the water. Depends on the water sometimes. If it's high tide, we don't have to play football. We play on the beach, down the village. If it's evening and we have low water, we have to play football, and we play football, all over the ocean and the beach there around, wherever. And also we play volleyballs, This is how we do.
And by football for the Americans, that's soccer.
Yeah.
But I think most of you can pick up on that.
Yeah, soccer, wherever we say beach soccer, beach football, whatever. Yeah.
What is it like to live in paradise? Or is this paradise?
Absolutely, yes. It is paradise for tourists. Anyone who wants to come here, just come here and see how paradise it is. You are very welcome.
So even during COVID times, anyone can just come in here. You don't need a COVID test.
You don't need no mask. You don't need just handshake wherever you want. Don't matter. If I shake hand for 5 minutes, 100 minutes, whatever, it's okay here. So we are safe and we live freely. So you are very welcomed. It's such an impressive thing and attractive for a lot of tourists, how we deal with COVID and how we live.
Okay,
COVID here.
How did you deal with COVID? We were explaining to the audience a little before, but you're a local. You were here. How did Zanzibar and Tanzania deal with COVID?
I kind of say, firstly, we are blessed, and most of people here believe in God. That's how we did. We prayed for God. That's all. We prayed, and also, we had nice system to live with this. Yes, and we are Muslim and Christians in Tanzania almost, but 99% in Zanzibar are Muslims, and Tanzanian we may find Muslims and Christians. Yes.
You mean you mean in mainland?
In mainland, yes. In mainland,
so
yes.
just because most of the audience isn't so familiar, there's Zanzibar,
yes,
which is the island. Zanzibar merged with Tanganyika
yes,
on the mainland to form Tanzania.
Tanzania,
okay, continue.
Yes. This is how we did. The president is such a cool man. Yeah.
But
and
what happened? Oh, I'm sorry.
We never had lockdown here. Yeah, but we were just having to protect ourselves. Yeah. We didn't have to stay in groups as normally, but yeah, we did it, and it's such a cool thing to me. I'm here still going with exercise, because I like working out.
So you did have some rules, you're saying? Like you couldn't have huge groups, or what?
Yeah, we had for first few months, minimum 2 months, yes. We had kind of rules, give a distance, also take mask on, but we didn't have much time to do that because we were really blessed and we've been praying for this a lot. That's why we are safe now.
Yeah,
wish you guys to be like us, yes.
What happened with the prayers? So Magufuli told people to pray, and everyone prayed, or
yes,
what
yes,
happened?
yes. President told us, wherever your beliefs is, wherever, come on, we have special day, let's pray together for this thing. Yeah, and we did it, and now, until now, we're surviving on it. So our prayings to God went well. Yeah, this is how we believe.
What do most people here, let's just say Zanzibar,
Yes.
think about COVID? Do they think that
No.
the virus existed, it was a problem, and their prayers made it go away? Do they think it was all propaganda?
You know,
It was exaggerated or didn't
the thing
exist?
that's because we've been told that coronavirus, yeah, it is most dangerous for old people, right? And the most people that we care here is old people, which is parents, right? So president told us we don't have to be worried about it, yeah, just we have to let it like normal disease like HIV. We can live with it, so we don't have to think much about it. So that's why we did it, and we didn't have to do that, to think about it. Just do your things. If you have to do your things, do. That's how we did it, because we didn't want to make pressures on parents, because parents were so worried about this, because we've been told this is most dangerous for adults people.
Someone's asking if malaria medication makes a difference. I don't know if you would have any comment on that.
No,
Does malaria even exist in Zanzibar?
occasionally, not regularly.
It's much more common on the mainland, I know that.
Yeah, in Zanzibar it's really rare, malaria.
But so a related question is, I know that there's been talk by the government, let's just say Tanzanian government, about using herbs or using some concoction from Madagascar or using some sort of herbal treatment for
Some natural
for
medicine.
COVID. Have you heard about anything like that?
Yeah, we had, yes, about vaccine from there in Madagascar. Yeah, president went there and took all of them and brought it here and we test. Yeah, I think that actually worked. Yeah.
Did you see anybody sick here in
No.
Tanzania? So
Actually, government,
yeah.
government, yeah, was really attention on this thing. That's why we had in Tanzania mainland, we had 5 or 10 people like that, 10 people who had coronavirus, but actually nobody died, right? But it was just propaganda to make us to feel attention on it. Yeah, they used to say, okay, somebody died here for coronavirus, so you should have to be careful with yourself. That's why we were worried about it, but actually nobody died with coronavirus. No.
Well,
In Zanzibar also, Zanzibar Island also, nobody died about.
The government,
Corona.
the Tanzanian government reported that there were 20 something deaths, 26, 28,
Yes,
I forget.
they did that, but
But you don't-
actually it's
most-
not.
So most people don't think that's true.
Most of people, we don't think that and we don't believe that, but we had to take it for granted. Yeah.
Are people generally healthy here?
Really healthy, yeah. That's why in the evening, yeah, you get a workout as long as you want 5 kilometers, 5 miles, whatever. That's why we are really healthy, yeah.
You made me run 5 kilometers yesterday.
Yeah,
that was the most I ran.
It was just normal.
That was probably the most I
was
ran
about
in
to go
years.
even 21 kilometers there.
But this is a beautiful place to go running. Holy crap! Yeah. Okay, so anything else you want to say about COVID?
Yeah, in America.
No, in general.
In general, guys, I want you just to take these things. We don't have to be so worried. Yeah, however, this thing is getting real now. I know there in America, United States, it's getting real, but we don't have to be such worries like that. We have to be calm and to treat it as other disease. Yeah, this is my advice to you guys. If you are prayer, just pray to God. If you're not prayer, just be calm with this. Yeah.
Robert's saying bad health seems to be the main factor in COVID deaths. The wealthy West are mainly affected. I think he's making the point that countries who have more people who are in bad health are more at risk.
Yeah.
He's saying that in general.
Oh,
that
yeah.
So like you're saying that people here generally are in good health and you think there's less COVID risk here.
Yeah.
Who says people in
also
the
Wales contributes about, because it's really sunny here, and the degrees is about, normally 28, 30 degrees Celsius, like that. That's why also when people used to say like coronavirus doesn't survive in the north, even here in the summer. That's why. But I'm not really sure about that.
I'm no doctor, I'm no medical professional. YouTube, I don't proclaim to have any expertise on this topic. However, I can just say that from my personal experience, I very rarely, if ever, get sick when I'm in hot tropical climates. When I spend winters in Europe, for instance, which I hated, and is how I ended up here to begin with a couple of years ago. I wanted to find a place to leave Europe for the winter entirely and come somewhere warm where I would feel good, etc. I don't feel like I ever get sick in climates like this, but in cold weather my nose runs and I'm more susceptible to something. That's just my little input for whatever it's worth.
Maybe it's also the good food what makes the people healthy. So they're eating a lot of fresh fruits, and you can get coconuts fresh from the palm tree, and for breakfast you already eat pineapple and watermelon and fresh mango, and then you can get fresh fish. And I mean, this scenario here just makes you healthy and makes you feel good and strong. So now they are doing the exercise again. That's how everybody stays healthy here. Yes, it's so incredibly beautiful. I think I woke up and I'm in paradise or in heaven or something.
You want to come on, you're welcome. Yes. Well, we're live on YouTube, just so you know. If you don't want to say anything, no problem. If you want to, go for it.
Okay, me can say about Corona.
Sure, go for it.
Yes. Before Corona, we had a big pandemic disease in the world, all over the world. And now we have this Corona. So this is the things that I want to say to you. You don't have a big worry for this. Be calm, be cool, and make sure you are clean every time. Follow the rule that our president all over the world, every country, about our president say. Make sure you follow everything and eat fresh air. As we are here in Zanzibar country, we have a fresh fresh. We have everything fresh, and also we do practice every time, morning and evening. As you see now here, we're at the beach for practicing. In this, yeah.
What is the diet here? What do most people eat?
Actually, we had I think about 4 or 5 people, but we are not sure if they have died.
No, I'm sorry. Diet, like you were saying, have a good diet. What do you eat?
Okay.
What, like
breakfast or
yes,
dinner?
breakfast. Here we have normal food, local food. I believe in this, local things, local food, everything. So what I eat every day is in the morning, I make sure I get banana and mango. These 2 things is very important for me. Yes, sometimes I used to have pawpaws and so on, but for me is everything is good. Banana and mango in the morning, and can have some bread and fresh tea. Yes, and in the afternoon and dinner, just we have rice, and we make sure we have fish and vegetable. Yes, it is. And also here we used to do this. If we get sick, we don't like to go to hospital every time, every day. No, just we use local medicine. We go to our farm, we get roots or leaves, then we go to boil and then we drink. That is why we are too strong. Everything every time. We are so happy. Yes. Disease every time God created this for us, but sometimes if you are strong, you make sure you are strong. You make practice good food and everything. Yes, you can be safe for this, as we do here.
What about seafood? As a tourist here, I eat so much seafood.
Yes.
I eat the octopus, the squid, the tuna, all the fish.
Yes. Okay. Even here, local people, we eat seafood, but normally we have octopus and fish because too cheap than others. And here we are normal people, very, and calamari is very very expensive. And here we used to live maybe one house for up to 10 people. You see, so you need to have a lot of money to buy calamari for all. So yes, fish is very easy. Yes, and we have our friend. They go to fish, so it's easy. If you can say to them, "I need fish today. I don't have this," they can give you, but not calamari.
Actually, I meant to say calamari. I've eaten a fair amount of calamari here. Maybe that makes me a rich, spoiled tourist. I don't know. But the mango is
Yes.
amazing here. Oh, wow, is it good?
It's not mango as well. Everything here about fruit is good because fresh. And in our village here, we don't have fruit trees. Yes, we another next to our village. We have another village. They have a lot of different fruit trees. So we can go there and we can pick complimentary because we are free in our country and we have freedom. Not only, but we have freedom to manage everything that we want to do, and we have people there are relative to us. We can go and we can take everything. Yes.
What is the pow? I think you called it pow pow?
Popo, yes.
Popo?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out that one.
Popo?
What is popo?
Papaya?
Is that what you call papaya?
Yes.
Because I think
In
that
Swahili we say papaya.
I think that's what the. Can you get the phone? I think that's what the government tested because they tested a goat and a fruit.
Yes.
I thought at first it was a papaya, then I looked it up and it said something like papa or popo. Or,
Papaya. Yes.
that's how you say papaya here?
Yes, papaya. Some people can say popo. Yes, it is.
Okay, so then that was probably it. A goat and a papaya came back positive for coronavirus here in Tanzania.
And do you guys have genetically modified food, GMO food?
GMO food. I'm not sure about this. You can demonstrate.
Yeah.
I think that might be your answer, but I don't.
So genetically modified food is when you manipulate DNA from the foods. No, they don't have it here, and I
No,
think
we
that's
don't.
also what makes the people sick in the United States.
Yes, for sure. Here, everything that we eat is fresh. We
Yes.
can't get something from laboratory or whatever. No.
I take papaya totally from the papaya tree.
Yes, papaya tree.
Yeah.
Actually, from speaking of the trees here, so right over here you can't see them, but some of the trees have bananas on them.
Yes.
You turn the like so some of these trees,
Those are coconuts.
not the palm trees, but then also I've seen people whack coconuts on. I've seen people climb up,
Yes.
use a machete to whack coconuts down. Then they grab the coconuts, they crack them open, and people
Yes.
drink them and.
And also
Drink
you
out of-
rakuya right from the tree. It's delicious.
Everything, yes, everything that you get here is fresh.
You said I don't know if this is something you want to talk about. If not, no. But you said that in Zanzibar, like everything is free. You have freedom here. I think there are governments and organizations in the West that would claim, no, you really don't have freedom here. It's always the same president or party that's in power. So what does it mean that you have freedom here?
Okay, you know, everyone has her own thought, and our president, they have striven for what they did to make sure their citizens get good everything in our country. I can say we have a freedom here because everything that you want to do, starting education and other things, you can get here free. We have a school all over in our country. We can go. Just the issue is to buy your books, own book, and every equipment that you need to use in the school. But you can't go and you can pay a lot of money for education now. Yeah, this is really freedom for us.
Yes.
Because what we need is education. Education is equalizer for everything. If you don't have education, everything is nothing. You see? And also, I can say we have beach, we have forest, we have road, we have everything. We don't pay. Every day we pass, we use, we play. No one can come to us and say, go away, don't use this place. No, we have freedom for everything.
You mean the beach is all public? It's all a public place. It's not owned by some rich people. You mean?
No. Here is everything is complimentary here for native person.
Someone's asking if you have a job. What do you have a job? What is your job?
My job, I'm a cook. Yes, I'm a cook in the hotel.
You don't need to say where if you don't want.
Huh?
You don't need to say where if you don't want.
Yeah. Okay. My job is cook.
Well, I would eat whatever you're cooking. Maybe I am already, and I didn't realize that. let's look more at the chat. Thank you for answering all these questions. I really appreciate it.
And okay, let me think.
Go for it.
Okay, and last thing is here we have good, wonderful country. As you see, I can say you are welcome anytime. We are free here. No, we don't have horrid things. We don't have criminal. No, everything is good. You can come. We can enjoy. You can have your good time in our country. Yeah.
And I can as can you, Annabelle.
Yes, and so the people, they are not putting up their private signs on the beach like it is in Malibu in California, that when you have like the first row house on the beach, that you know there's a sign that you're not walk through there. That doesn't exist here. You can just walk wherever on the beach. The beach is for everybody, and that's beautiful.
Yes.
I was gonna say that we can definitely vouch that unlike just about every other country in the world, not every, but just about all of them, flying into here, you don't need a COVID test. Obviously, the country is not closed. There are e-visa and visa arrival procedures, but they're pretty standard for African countries. And you show up at the airport. I think we said it at the beginning, but not everyone was tuned in back then. Might as well repeat it. You show up at the airport, at least here in Zanzibar. Some people are flying into Dar. And like half the immigration officers there are not wearing masks. Some guy...
They're really friendly. They greet you with Hakuna Matata, what means no worry, right? Yes.
Yeah, if you speak a little Swahili to them, like I threw in a few words of Swahili, they'll like that a lot. People really... before I get to Swahili, so they have the standard thermometer to check your wrist or whatever, your temperature via your wrist, which people are doing all over the world, and that's basically it. You basically have to fill out visa paperwork, not COVID paperwork.
But only one page, and it's basically really quick. You know, and all the officers are really friendly and happy.
What I want to ask, as I was teasing Swahili, since we have the two of you right here,
Yes.
the Swahili language, probably most viewers aren't familiar with it.
Yes.
Tell me if my understanding is correct. It's a combination of Arabic and local traditional Bantu dialects. Is that right?
Yes.
And according to you, does Swahili originate here in Zanzibar?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
Yes. Exactly.
And why is that? How was the Swahili language formed? As by the way, I'm going to flip the camera around and give you a quick shot. Here are a couple Maasai men walking by. So the Maasai are renowned around here. Maybe on another broadcast we'll get into that. I've done an interview previously in Mombasa, Kenya, which has a lot of similarities to Zanzibar, all about Maasai culture. You can find that video on my channel, or I can link it in the description after we're done. But yeah, so Swahili.
Yes.
What's the history of this? How did some language form out of a combination of Arabic and local?
Yeah. Mr. You can say about Swahili.
Actually, before Arabs came here, we had different people like Bant, and so this came. I'm not really sure, but yeah, I have kind of experience because I live with my parents, and my parents used to tell me these things. Swahili is not like definitely Arabs, but we pick up some words that we use, yeah, and they are referred to Arabic language. So that's why we say Swahili is mostly used like Arabic language, because we were colonized by Arabs people here for a long time, and they used to teach our parents when they're Arabs, but they had their own language, yeah. But this language became artificially after Arabs came here and they started talking and teaching people Arab. Some of them got chance to be taught Arabs, and this is how Swahili came. And obviously Swahili is originally from here, Zanzibar town. Yeah.
And by Zanzibar town, you mean what is Stone Town and,
Stone Town.
and modern Zanzibar city, right?
Yes.
Which, by the way, guys, on my channel, I've got several videos for this, maybe even more than several. I'll probably link the playlists in the description. To me, Swahili isn't just a language, it's also a culture. I think of Zanzibar as having this Swahili culture. I think of Mombasa, Kenya as having Swahili culture.
Yes, because
What would you say is Swahili culture?
Swahili culture, people from Zanzibar and Kenya in Mombasa. Here it was a market of slaves, in all East Africa, here in Zanzibar. So
It was a huge slave market, and this was the center of the slave trade in East Africa.
So some of people were taken from here to Mombasa. That's why in Mombasa, Kenya, we have a lot of Zanzibarians there, and when you look at them, they definitely look like us, because we are kind of different face, with Tanzania mainland people. So when you go to Mombasa, you may see people talk like us, they speak like us, Zanzibarian people,
But say you're somewhere really inland, like Nairobi, Kenya, which is a kind of the de facto capital of the region. Nairobi, I don't know if have you been there?
I've never been there, but
Maybe it's not. Maybe not such.
I've been there.
Okay, maybe it's not just. Maybe it's not just a good example. I don't know. Maybe like, have you been to Arusha, for instance, or somewhere inland? Okay, what's the difference between culture in mainland, inland Tanzania and Kenya versus the culture here and in Mombasa? What makes the culture here Swahili specifically?
First is our daily routines. That obviously makes our cultures here, because people wake up early in the morning, start doing activities, and we have women activities there, and we have men activities in Zanzibar. Also, the difference of life between Zanzibar and Tanzania mainland is all about, I think, religion, because Arab people, yeah, they left religion, which is Islamic religion here. This is how we have. So we have kind of different activities according to our religion. Yeah, and in Tanzania mainland, because they were colonized by Europeans, which is Germany people. So some of them and the English people. So they speak Swahili and they speak English. And we do, some of us in Zanzibar, we do speak Swahili, which is proper Swahili, and we speak Arabs. But most of us, we have concept of Arab. We know how to write in Arab, we know how to spell, but we don't know. We know how to read also, but we don't know how to speak, because some people, they don't want it to sound very difficult, you know. But people, they have concept of Arabs, words and everything about Arab. That's why this is how we are. And different also between Kenya. Kenyans, they are like Arushan people, because it's kind of close there. Yeah. So in Zanzibar, we don't have tribe. If you ask somebody about tribe, what is your tribe? Somebody's gonna ask you. Is gonna reply to you. He's going to say, I am Shiraz. But in Tanzania mainland, we have maximum 120 something tribes. Yeah, Masai, Mangati. Yeah, I don't know all of them because I've never been to there. Yeah. Yeah. Really.
To me, that's a huge difference, because at least from my third-party vantage point and my limited experience in these places, tribalism is really, really apparent in Kenya. Everyone almost wears their tribe on their forehead or their chest, metaphorically speaking, and they each have their tribal language, and for a lot of them that's the native language. It's the language they speak at home. And I see that also in mainland Tanzania, but to a lesser extent, just from my vantage point. But at the same time, I see that as kind of fracturing society in Kenya. They're and again, I'm no Kenya expert. I haven't spent so much time in the country, but it seems to me that there's a lot of internal division, like people bickering over their tribe and which tribe is treated best by the government and which is kind of snubbed by the government. And then here, when I'm in Zanzibar, not only do people, and it's by no means a knock on Kenya. I really enjoyed what limited time I spent there and I want to go back. But here in Zanzibar, people are super, super welcoming and genuine in how welcoming they are. I'd say that compared to pretty much most of the world. But then also it doesn't, maybe I'm wrong about this, but it doesn't seem like there are a lot of these internal divisions. Are people very united here in Zanzibar?
Yes. You know, we are truly friendly for everybody. This is how we've been told by our parents. Yeah, be nicely. You know, live happily. Yeah, live freely and peacefully. Whoever you meet with, say hi. This is how we do. You know, this is how we do. We are truly like this. Yeah.
Now, I'm curious if there's one exception, because and if this is too touchy, you don't need to talk about this, but Revolution Day is coming up here, and there's obviously a history of conflict here between native or historically native Zanzibaris and Arabs. Is that still a problem here? Or do Arabs and people who originate from Zanzibar, do they all get along?
No, we have special events in that day. You know, we have local boats racing. Yeah, we have a lot of festivals. Yes, and we participate with it. Yeah, as long as we can. And you know, because most of the people here, they don't care about politics. Yeah, they just live. It doesn't mean that they don't love politics, but they don't care, because for them they feel like it's just wasting time. That's why. But in our Revolution Day, which is 12th of January, yes, we do celebrate. We do have different activities, racing with local boat on the ocean, yeah, all over Zanzibar. Different competitions, yes,
all over
yeah,
in our country.
running, racing, and yeah, everything
All of
which
us.
is very interesting
Some
for guys and the tourists.
Sounds
I-
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know if you want to share, now going back to the comments, I don't know if you want to share, but we have someone asking, how old are you? You can say your age or not say your age, it doesn't matter. There were a couple things I wanted to touch on, looking back at the chat. How welcome are people from other countries to come and work and live here if possible? I don't know if you mean specifically in Zanzibar or in Tanzania as a whole. Are foreigners welcome to come live here and work here? Obviously, you need a visa, residence permit, stuff like that, but are foreigners welcome here to live and work?
Yes.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
Time exactly.
You may come here
You may
to
come.
live, do business, invest.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as you are fine with us, yeah, because the things that we want here is all people, because we believe that we are here to live happily. So without
let me
people,
think
we
this.
can't live happily. So that's why we love people and we are welcoming people to come here to see how attractive Zanzibar is and impressive for you guys. We have wealth of nice history here in Zanzibar. Yeah.
Yes, let me say things. Our country here, people from Zanzibar, actually, because we have two islands. We have Unguja and Pemba. Here we are is Unguja. And all of people, we are granted. We have peace. Every single time, every single minute, every single day, we have peace. So you can go wherever you want to go, no matter how it can be midnight, morning. Every time you can do your thing. So even you, wherever you are, you can come, you can invest, you can come here to, for job, for everything. We have government. You can come and you can have all rule here. You need to follow them. Everything is good because we are peaceful and we don't hate people. We love people, every people. We can participate together here, and even if we can meet people, we don't know them, but we can't be quiet. We can say even hello, even how are you, every time. So we participate and don't be worried for this. You can come every time. You're welcome.
I personally would love to have a residence permit here. I think I've spent enough time here on the mainland to reach the conclusion that I would not mind having a winter base here. Or it's summer here, it's winter up north, so it's, in my opinion, a good time to leave the northern hemisphere and come check out Zanzibar, if not Tanzania as a whole. We're going to wrap it up very shortly. It is getting dark here. I wanted to hit on a couple comments and questions that I missed. If you haven't asked a comment or asked a question or left a comment that you want to get addressed, please do so now. And we'll be doing more videos from here in coming days and weeks, maybe weeks. Will it be necessary to take the test when entering back home? That being the COVID test. Well, it depends where your home is. If it's Germany, I think the answer is yes.
So when it's Austria, in Austria they didn't want to let us go out, so we had like a very long layover there without a COVID test. So that felt horribly. I came back to Europe and felt like in jail at this airport.
Yeah, there are certain European countries, maybe a whole bunch of EU countries that have rules that they deem certain areas to be high-risk areas, and if you go to those high-risk areas, then I think you need a COVID test when you're coming back, or you need a quarantine. But I can't list out all the countries for you. We have someone saying it's so beautiful to hear these young men talk about peace. It's referring to you two, saying how beautiful it is to listen to you guys.
Yeah.
Talk about peace. Sir Alexander Full says thank you all for your time. Have a great day, week. God bless from Canada. Any last comments or questions as the sun sets here in beautiful Jambi Ani on the east coast of Zanzibar, off the east coast of Africa, where bathing suits are welcome. And does it get cold here at night?
So when we leave the door open, it's like a natural air conditioner because we get the sea breeze right into our bedroom, and it's just beautiful. And it also feels like that the people are really connected with nature and don't live against nature. It's just
2 feet of snow here, wherever peace of mind is. Yeah, that's what lured me here to begin with. I was living in Bulgaria at the time, and I could not stand essentially being snowed in and having my nose run and just being generally unhappy with not so many people outside in the depths of winter. And I decided one year to launch an East Africa trip here. You're welcome for the live stream. Crazy Mook asked at one point, what does he think about COVID? The first half of this stream was all about COVID, so if you missed it, you can re-watch it.
This is one of the mango juices what makes you all healthy. Now you can barely see it because it's nearly dark here.
I could go for a sip of that.
Yes, do you want some?
Yes, please. All right, we have more commenters thanking you. So, yeah, I guess maybe they can learn a little Swahili now to wrap things up. I would say asante sana.
Asante sana na
Asante
wewe.
sana.
Sana wewe.
Karibu sana.
Karibu sana Zanzibar.
So what does that mean?
You are very welcome in Zanzibar.
Karibu sana Zanzibar.
Karibu sana, yeah, karibu sana Zanzibar. Yeah, and tunakutakieni nyinyi kuja hapa kuangalia attractions, and we want you guys to welcome here to see attractions of Zanzibar.
Yes.
So, karibu sana. Asante.
Karibuni sana muda wowote, I mean anytime. Tuna vitu tofauti, we have different thing here vya kuvutia kila sehemu katika nchi yetu. Every place in our country we have traditional things attracted, and yes, it is. Mnakaribishwa.
And I'd like to thank you guys for sharing these insights with us, which are probably very unique for a lot of the audience to hear. They're probably not used to hearing the thoughts on COVID and the general attitude that you've been explaining. So thank you very much for that, as well as all your insights into the culture here in Zanzibar. And just thank you for being so welcoming and friendly.
Yeah, and we are truly cheerful for sharing some information with you guys, because now you know a lot more about Zanzibar, and so we are very cheerful about that, to let you know a lot of things about Zanzibar. The things now you have to step in Zanzibar to see what we have just said.
Yes, for sure.
Okay, asante sana. All right, we're gonna wrap. We'll walk up here a little bit where there's a little more light to end the broadcast.
Maybe under the sun.
Yeah, under the umbrella.
It's absolutely beautiful when you wake up here in the morning and can see the sunrise. It just feels like you're in heaven.
I think someone tuning in was just saying that this is how I'm waking up and starting my week. Yeah, you're welcome. Beautiful way to start my morning with peace and love was the comment. Asante sana badai rafiki. All right, so a little more light to wrap this up.
No, you have to go the other way so the light shines into your
You can
face.
hold it. I'll drink the juice.
Yeah.
Badai.
Homie Annabelle. See you. So here.
Where can I sit or stand?
Yep.
All right. What final comments do you have to say?
I can just say that I arrived in heaven. That's what I say, it's Paradise Island here. It's just beautiful. It's a wonderful winter escape. Or more.
Anything you're looking forward to? Maybe other travels in Zanzibar or mainland Tanzania, possibly?
Well, I would like to see big animals.
Those are more so on the mainland, but
Yes, maybe safari. I like big animals.
oops, I just killed my mango juice.
Blueberries here is more. Here a lot of fruit trees.
Mangoes are so good here, it's just ridiculous. When you buy those hard, crunchy mangoes from any random supermarket in North America,
You can't compare.
remember, it doesn't have to be that way. There's an alternative. Not only is there an alternative to COVID lockdowns, but there's an alternative to hard, crunchy mangoes.
And when you want to have coconut water, somebody just, plucks a coconut from a tree for you. They just climb up there and then you get a fresh coconut.
Now, with that said, I wanted at the end to talk a little bit about what might be coming up in our travels here and potential coverage. But actually, the video was somewhat a preview of that, so I was hoping in future videos to get a bit into comparisons between the mainland and Zanzibar and talking a little bit of the politics of mainland Zanzibari relations and Revolution Day here in Zanzibar, some tensions related to that. I wasn't expecting to get into that stuff in the video today, but did, so I'm very grateful to our two friends who joined us and shared all those insights with us. Again, I have previously traveled around Zanzibar and around mainland Tanzania as well as East Africa, and I've got a lot of videos talking about some of this stuff, or some videos talking about a lot of this stuff on my channel. I'll try to link a playlist in the description below after. Okay, it's windy now, so that makes a good time to wrap this up. We've got
Yes.
headphones that we can plug in or earphones, but we can just wrap it up because it's dark now. Anyway, you didn't really get
It's
to.
a sea breeze from the Indian Ocean.
I love the breeze here.
Yes.
It's semi-warm, but just very pleasant. You didn't get to see the sunset here because we're on the east coast of the island, not the west coast, but you got to see what it's like here at sunset, which is lovely. Maybe from Stonetown I'll show you a sunset.
Oh, we're going to show them a sunrise.
Or maybe we show you a sunrise from here. But yeah, again, I wanted to roll out a lot of footage from earlier this year that lingers either unpublished or unedited. I hope to be doing some of that in the coming days and intermingling it with some videos and reports from here in Zanzibar, possibly mainland Tanzania, possibly elsewhere in the region if we can get it anywhere else. But
Oh, I forgot to ask them what they think about the Black Lives Matter movement.
I've actually had a conversation with one of them about it. I found it very interesting. I don't know if we'll discuss that on camera. Maybe we will sometime. Maybe we won't. But yeah, thank you to everyone who tuned in. Hopefully you can still hear us at this point. And you got any last thing to say?
Hakuna Matata
That means no worries. You want to sing the song?
means no worries. I don't know the lyrics. I just enjoy the rest of the night.
I tell you what, Appalachian Granny, at the very least I can post in the community tab, I was going to say videos, but that might not work. At the very least I can post in the community tab of my YouTube channel photos of the sunrise. Very delightful. But yeah, Asante Sana, thank you very much for tuning in this Monday evening here off the east coast of Africa, or Monday morning or afternoon or whatever it is, wherever you are. Much appreciated. I'm grateful we got to touch on some of the topics we did today, as well as show you what we like to refer to as Paradise Island.
Tschüss!
So, badai, or see you from Jambiani Beach, Zanzibar.